And I look over to the left just a slight, and I see a gun just out. The gun's just out. I'm here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting every single Sunday. Today, I'm here with the story time. So, this is a story about, I mean, you can tell based on the title, right? You know this is nuts. Just to preface the story, I was getting on these dating apps. Y'all know the vibes, right? Like, get on these dating apps, like going on these different dates with these guys and stuff like that. And it was just like, it wasn't really giving. Like, I was kind of having bad luck. Like, I just wasn't coming across I wasn't coming across my king, right? I'm looking for my king. Let's just give it a buck. I want a man, right? I'm just gonna say it. I did. But now, I'm okay being by myself. That's fine. But let me tell you about this man. So, pretty much, like I said, I was meeting these different guys or whatever. And then I was kind of like, you know what? Like, I feel like the man of my dreams, my king, I'll run into him. I'll stumble across him just out, you know? Like, he's not on these sites. He's out and about right now. So I stopped out for a little while, and a few days after I had this thought, I literally ran to this man, like outside on the street, like ran into him, me and my best friend, like, boop. And he was like, hey, and I was like, hey. And we started talking, and then we exchanged Instagrams, started texting, talking on the phone. I was like, oh my gosh, like, he seems okay. Like, this is crazy. Like, I just asked for this. What are the odds, right? So we're on the phone talking and stuff, and then he's like, how about we like have a date night? And I was like, sure. And he's like, yeah, like you can come to my house, like I'll cook dinner for you. I know some of you are like, Sherriah, like red flags. Yikes. I didn't see that. To me, I'm like, oh my God, he's making me a meal? Period. So I was excited. I was like, okay, what are you making? He's like, what are you like in the mood for? Like, are you in the mood for like chicken, shrimp? What do you have a taste for? Okay, now he's giving me options. Period. So I was like, I'm in like a chicken kind of mood. So he's like, okay, sure, yeah. I'll see you later. So a few hours go by or whatever, and I pull up at his house. And I go inside his house, and he's like cooking and stuff, and I see all the steam coming up. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's really making a whole gourmet meal right now. Like, oh my gosh. And he's like, oh, you can just go to my room and sit down. I'll be up there in a second. I was like, oh, okay. So his room was upstairs, which I did think was weird, but I did go because I'm clearly nuts, right? I already came here. I might as well just, you know, I gotta see it through, my boy, you know what I'm saying? So I go upstairs in his room. He had like this couch in his room. So I sit down in his room on this little couch he had in there, get all nice and comfortable, you know, just settling in. And then I look around the room and I just see roaches. Roaches everywhere, like everywhere, all over. I'm clenching my purse. At this point, I'm clenching my purse. I'm clenching the bag. I'm not taking one of these little critters home with me. I'm not. I was like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here ASAP, Rocky. So he comes upstairs, like he was still cooking and stuff. He comes upstairs and like he had the TV on and stuff, and I'm like sitting there like clearly uncomfortable, like you weren't gonna like say anything or, you know, but I don't say that. And he had the news on the TV. And he's like, yeah, I love watching the news and stuff. Like,
what are your opinions on equity and equality?
And I'm just looking at him like, and I look at the TV and there's a roach like crawling across the TV. Are we not going to like talk about like the elephant in the room? The infestation, right? Like, what is the deal? Like, what's going on here? So then he's like, let me go check on the food one more time. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. I call my best friend, I'm like,
girl, you have to get me out of here. Like, you have to get me out of this, please. I have to go.
So we make up this whole fake story about how I need to help her with the project. So we get our story right. I go downstairs because he was still downstairs because he went to check on the food again. So I go downstairs to him. I'm on the phone with my friend who's like fake crying hysterically. And I'm like, oh, sorry, like my friend's on the phone, like I gotta go help her with the project. We should totally reschedule. Like, we should do this again sometime. Really, just not today. And he's like, are you serious? You just got here. You just got here. And now you're already leaving. I was there for between 7 and 10 minutes. 7 and 10. Between 7 and 10 minutes tops. So I'm trying to go. And he's like, you just got here. I look off in the distance in the kitchen to see like how the food's coming along and stuff the meal that he told me he was preparing for me. Why was it ramen noodles? It was ramen noodles. Ramen noodles. When he asked me chicken or shrimp, he was talking about the flavor. So I was mad, understandably, right? Like, no, this is fake. So it gets worse. Like, this isn't even the end. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. He starts getting mad. And he starts to like grab my purse. Like, why are you leaving? Don't grab my purse. Who do you think what is your for real? Like, don't grab my purse. Like, that's ghetto. So I'm like, get off my purse. You're making me very uncomfortable right now. Respectfully. And I look over to the left just a slight and I see a gun just out. The gun's just out. So I'm like, okay, I cannot upset this man. Like, I can't upset him. Like, he has a gun out. Like, this could be RIP. This could be it for me. I could be gone. So I'm like, let me be calm with this man. Let me be calm with him. Let me not like rile him up anymore. You know, I'm not trying to upset him. So I'm like, no, like it's okay. Like, don't even do all that. Like, I'll come back tomorrow. So then he's like, what? Like, getting really upset. But you know, after like 10, 15 minutes go by, I convince him that I'll come back tomorrow and we can reschedule this day. So he walks me out to my car and everything. And as he's walking me outside, I see this big behind rat just like run by his house. And he's like, ooh, that's a big one. Okay, sir, this is just too much. This is too much. It's too much for me. It's too much. He walked into the car and then he's like,
if you don't text me tomorrow, I will block you.
Thank you. That'd be good. That'd be great, actually. Save me the trouble, right? So I get in my car and I'm in my car for like 45 seconds, like max 45 seconds. And I get a call and it's him. I'm like, what could it possibly be? Like, I know I didn't leave anything. Like, come on. I didn't leave anything. I didn't. And he's like, are you sure nothing else is bothering you? Like, are you sure? And I didn't want to say, yeah, I was just like all of your roommates, like that whole situation you had going. I didn't want to say that because I felt like that was rude. So I was just like, yeah, like your gun being out was like a lot for me. Like, it was just kind of a lot for me to handle. Not used to that kind of stuff. He was like, oh, which one? I had 3 out. Oh, I'm like, was that supposed to make me feel like better? Like more comfortable? Oh, 3. I thought it was just 1. Like, it's giving uncomfortable in your own home vibes, right? Like that, who wants to live that way? And I was like, oh, that's crazy. was like, yeah, see you tomorrow. Then the next day came, he called me like 3-4 times, and I just didn't answer because I was just too afraid to tell him that I was uncomfortable with his roaches. That's the end of the story. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.